Your company is likely spending a small fortune on artificial intelligence. You hear about the promise of transformation. You see the massive investments. Yet, when you look at the bottom line, the return on that investment seems disappointingly small. This is the great paradox facing businesses today. Billions are poured into AI technology, but tangible, enterprise-wide value remains elusive for most. The tools are powerful, but the results are often underwhelming. This gap between potential and performance is not a technology problem. It is a fundamental misunderstanding of how to create value with AI. The disconnect becomes even clearer when you observe how individuals use AI versus how organizations deploy it. Many of your employees are already using generative AI tools on their own. They use them to draft emails faster. They use them to debug code. They use them to summarize long reports. These are personal productivity hacks. They make an individual's day a little easier and a little more efficient. But these isolated wins do not scale up. They do not fundamentally change how a team collaborates. They do not fundamentally change how a department functions. Many organizations fall into a common pitfall, the layering trap. They take a powerful new AI tool and simply layer it on top of an existing, unchanged business process. Imagine a help desk workflow with 10 manual steps. The company adds AI to automate one step, making it instantaneous. But the other 9 steps remain unchanged. Manual handoffs, reviews, approvals. The bottleneck doesn't vanish. It shifts to the next slow human step. Overall time to resolve barely improves because the whole system wasn't redesigned. It's like putting a jet engine on a horse-drawn cart. The engine is powerful, the cart's wooden wheels and fragile frame aren't built for it. The system breaks or underperforms. Adding AI to old processes creates similar friction. Job roles from the 1990s aren't set up to manage AI insights. Performance metrics for manual work become irrelevant. AI ends up in a small, isolated pocket of efficiency surrounded by legacy procedures that slow it down. Consider a financial analyst, gathering data, building spreadsheet models. So, if layering AI is the problem, what is the solution? The answer lies in a discipline known as work redesign. This is not about technology implementation, it is a strategic rethinking of how work gets done. Work redesign moves beyond the simple question of what can AI do, to ask more fundamental questions. It forces us to examine processes, roles, management structures. It is a holistic approach that acknowledges a person and a machine together can do more than either alone, but only if their collaboration is designed thoughtfully and intentionally. Work redesign can be broken down into 3 core components. First, the deconstruction of work. Instead of looking at entire jobs, we must break them down into constituent tasks. A doctor does not just do one thing: diagnose illnesses, consult with patients, interpret lab results, perform administrative paperwork. By breaking a job into these smaller pieces, we can clearly see which tasks suit human skills and which are ripe for AI automation. This task-level analysis is the essential first step toward building a hybrid human-AI workforce. To put work redesign into practice, organizations can follow a clear, 5-step process. The first pillar is process deconstruction. Gather a team of people who actually do the work. Ask them to map out their jobs, task by task. Forget job titles and focus on activities. What information do you receive? What analysis do you perform? What decisions do you make? What do you create or deliver? Use that granular map to analyze each task. Is it best for a human, requiring empathy, creativity, complex judgment, or for an AI, requiring pattern recognition, data processing, speed? The second pillar is the cultivation of hybrid skills. Reallocating tasks will create new roles. A radiologist with an AI diagnostic tool must be more than an image interpreter. They must evaluate the AI's suggestions and manage exceptions. That requires targeted training in domain expertise plus AI literacy. Best training happens in the flow of work, with coaching and real problems. The third pillar is clear governance and decision rights. Ambiguity about who's in charge can cause chaos or errors. The journey to AI-driven value does not end with a single redesign project. It requires a fundamental shift in mindset. Executing isolated pilots. Rethinking work. Embracing continuous redesign. Artificial intelligence is not static. It is constantly evolving. Tomorrow's models will have capabilities we can barely imagine. Redesign once and you fall behind. The winners build the ability to continuously adapt. You don't need a massive, multi-year program to start. Begin with one important workflow, one that's causing pain or creating bottlenecks. Assemble a small, empowered team. Give them permission and resources. Let them take the workflow apart and rebuild it with AI in mind. Aim for a quick win. Example, accounts payable. Use AI for invoice matching. Free the team to resolve exceptions. Negotiate better terms with vendors. That first win becomes proof of concept and a learning opportunity for the whole org.